Hello, testing, testing. Hello, testing, testing. Good. Okay, I'm looking for Miami. I want to see. Alright, looks like this is the first game. Sorry about the delay, I got kicked out of the UTPL channel for some reason. And I had to stream on Twitch, but that should be fine. Looks like the first game will be the duels between Crytek and Repeat. Crytek, of course, on the LATAM side, and Pete representing Europe on Drukbala and DW. I think these guys might have played last season as well. Crytek, one of those players that kind of just got better and better the more we saw him in the previous seasons. So it will be interesting to see if he's gotten even better still. Pete's always been good, but it's highly dependent on how much he's practicing. So this game will be very interesting. But we're off, so I'll stop reminiscing about the past. Alright, Crytek getting that all-important shock spawn, which is important on Leia. One of those maps where you can really defend key positions with the shock rifle. And both players going for some vials, and now having a bit of a hit scan fight. Oh, see, Crytek knows Pete wants to go for that health. Pete makes a really interesting play with the rocket launcher, but unfortunately suicides. And now it's a race towards this 100 armor, and Crytek's, oh, I see, using that shock rifle to zone Pete away. Does nearly go down, and needs to be careful here, because that stinger does so much damage. Okay, looks like Crytek will get the 100, and a nice delay on that, which is good for him. Because it means that if he gets the next belt, then he can also get that 100 relatively uncontested. Just a bit of fighting over this belt. Crytek moving into position slowly. Pete running for it, and he actually gets the belt. That's insane. Such a ballsy move by Pete. And Crytek, see, he spawns at the 100 armor, but it's not up because he got delayed. And that means that Pete can just take it. Needs to be careful of those tri-rockets, though. Actually going aggressive, and I like this from Pete. Making sure he at least uses some of that belt, because the 100 armor is useless to him. And he knows exactly where Crytek's going. But kind of losing the hit scan fight here. Crytek hitting two nice snipers. We know that he's really good with that gun. And I think Crytek might be able to get himself a shock rifle here if he defends nicely. 100 armor's coming up. Pete is down there, so Crytek's got to be careful. Actually, going to be a fight at the top. Up. Oh, huge rocket from Pete, and he gets the 100 armor off the back of that, and nearly takes down Crytek, and they're going to collide. It's a nice sniper from Crytek, but Pete returns with a sniper of his own, and now he's taken the lead. And belt is coming up. Let's see where Pete is. Just dodging past that shock rifle, a little bit late by Crytek. Oh, punish on the 25. It's not a position you want to be in if you're Crytek. And Pete's got this 100 to his back, and it's 15 seconds delayed from the belt, which is perfect if you're in control. Gives you so much time to take those two major items. And I think Pete's going to deny this 50 here as well if he can get in on it. He doesn't even really need to get the kill. He just needs to do a bit of damage, deny the armor, and then go back for the 100 when it spawns. Doesn't do any damage though, so that's good for Crytek. And, oh, big combo by Crytek. Pete needs this 100, but the jump is missed by Crytek. So Pete's got the height advantage, which means he'll probably get this. He actually chooses to drop down. Oh, huge rockets by Pete, but he's low. And Crytek has the positional advantage and will take the 100. Somehow Pete pulls that out of the bag, but he's weak. He needs to be careful. Instantly picks up that belt, though. Great timing by him. And there's just so much time for Pete to take the smaller items before he goes over to the 100, just because of the delay. And big flak damage. We'll probably get this kill here if he's... Oh, what? 2 perfect rockets by Crytek, and that will win in the 100 armor, surely, unless Pete hits a enforcer shot. Oh, man. Actually chooses to go with the flak cannon there. Could have killed Crytek with 1 more enforcer, but went for the Hail Mary. That's quite a turnaround, honestly. Both players kind of posturing for this belt, trying to hit the first shot. Pete has the height advantage now, which is so important on this map if you have a shock rifle, because the only way to approach the belt from below is through the lift or the jump pad. Actually, Crytek making a big move on the belt, but Pete favouring that flak cannon as he has done all game, was just pushing back. And now Pete's in control, and Crytek will go down, trying to get some chip damage on the 100 armor. Let's switch over to Pete and see what he can do with this control now. He lost it once, but I don't think he's planning on making that mistake again. Something I'm noticing about Crytek is he's really good at just avoiding damage and sniping away at Pete. And Pete's favouring those sort of big hit scan or projectile fights. And you can see that here. Crytek's down so low. Pete knows this, and he's headbutts a flak ball and just will back away, giving Crytek the 100, even though Pete actually had more health there. But stacks are pretty even now until this belt comes up, which Crytek is sitting on, putting him firmly in control and favourite to get this next 100 armor. Oh, he's going aggressive, and Pete's running away. Doesn't really have anything to back onto. Needs to put some space in between him and Crytek and use some shock combos maybe. Let's switch over to Crytek. He's just picked up the 100 and he's playing it fairly slowly, apart from that bit of aggression we saw from him. Generally, Lear's a map that you get punished quite heavily for just diving in. You kind of have to trap your opponent somewhere. Oh, huge combo by Crytek. And another nice combo, predicting the dodge by Pete. We'll bring it within 1. Pete, though, has the height advantage on the belt, and 100 is up, so Crytek goes for that. He's going to have to dodge all the way over to the belt, and Pete, he's dodged down. Had an opportunity there to just stand his ground and defend the belt, but gives it up. Perhaps didn't know the exact time, and that gives Crytek so much control. Health, weapon, and armor advantage to Crytek, and a nice combo lined up, predicting the dodge again. I have a feeling Pete's going down here, but he's now also hitting some nice defensive sniper shots. Crytek would have been on 1 health if he took another one there. But really, oh, I like this move. He's baiting out the 50 armor, knowing Pete's going to go for those smaller armors. But it's not to be, and Crytek knows when he has to give up on the bait and just take that 50. Big rockets from Pete knocks Crytek off the lift, but it's a strange rocket battle. Pete falls down now, and now whoever hits this next shot wins, and that's Pete, which puts him 2 points in the lead. That's kind of rough if you're Crytek, because that gives Pete the belt, and the 100 is up. This link damage, what? That's insane. What? Pete just needs to hit 1 enforcer shot. Oh, what happened there? It's a rush for the 100 armor, and Pete spawns at the 50. What is this game? Now, huge rockets again from Pete. Crytek's down so low. Oh, he dodges over that rocket, and that's just enough time to get a bit more damage in, but he does go down, and now he's down by 2. Chasing. Thinks Pete's lower than he is, perhaps. Oh my god. Bit of overkill. I'm going to switch back over to Pete as he's defending this 100 armor from Crytek. Needs to be careful. Nice, calm rockets. He wasn't even standing on the armor there. He just knew he had to hit those 2 rockets and then move in. And again, nice, calm rockets from Pete. Dispatching Crytek. And he's pulled away in this game. despite it being so close for the whole match. And now Crytek's kind of forced to make a move, which is never a position you want to be on this map. Although he's hitting some amazing shock primary. Pink needs to be careful. What a rocket. And that's game called by Crytek. That was a really great game. So it looks like the players are switching to Miami. It's EU versus South America, so some server compromises have to be made. Looks like the second game will be ASDF, which is a map both players will be very familiar with. And I'm not sure who to favour on this. Obviously, Crytek will have the ping advantage, but ASDF is a map where you can get up close with rockets and flak, a bit more than you can on Leah, perhaps. Well, having said that, Leah's got a lot of corners that you can use rocket from, so it's hard to judge. Pete obviously showing more proficiency with the rocket and the flak than Crytek this last game. Crytek more of a sniper flak player, from what I can tell, but that's not to say that that couldn't change this game. Right, players are ready. This will be the second map in this best of two, so an opportunity for Crytek to tie the series. Otherwise, it will be a 1-1 for points. Of course, at this point in the league, players are just playing for points, and the spawn is great for Pete, who spawns on that shot. And Crytek, yeah, you saw him going into that sniper, but he knew Pete was be waiting there with a combo. Actually knocks Pete off, which is nice by Crytek. And gets some chip damage in before the 100, which is really helpful. Oh, Pete's solo. He cannot contest for this 100, surely. Oh, big sniper. If he hits another one, Crytek goes down. Both players so low. And no armor's taken. Oh, Crytek's going in. And the nice 180 flick with the shot wins in the 100 and probably also the 50. And again, as with last game, delayed first armor, which means that whoever gets the belt is going to be in such great shape. Ouch, that flak bomb. But Pete is down low and will be hunted. I like that move from Crytek, just taking the jump pad just in case he had the opportunity to get some damage, but never committing to the top. So he had no chance of losing the belt. And he catches Pete the armor, who had to stay there because it was delayed. And now stacks are very uneven. And Crytek knows exactly where Pete's going. Those 2 health packs are so juicy if you're only on 2 health. Oh, nearly a huge combo by Crytek, but it's aim punched by the shock rifle. And this 100 is pretty much his cue to start dealing damage. He's got a big weapon advantage, but he's getting pinged around by Pete from a distance. And now stacks are pretty even, so belt could go either way, especially as Pete has a shock rifle. Oh, and he's got really great position. Crytek's going to have to drop down on the belt, but Pete backs off. Interesting. And now it's all about the 100 armor. Even though Crytek doesn't need it, it would be foolish to leave it up. And now he's got Pete cornered, but doesn't want to push into that rocket launcher. Might not have a choice. Both players looking for that big bit of damage before they're prepared to commit to the fight. Kind of standard play on this map, and that's a good start by Crytek. He's got Pete unawares. Huge damage. Lovely finisher there, which will win Crytek the 100 armor. And now Pete doesn't have a shock rifle, which means that Crytek can afford to push in quite aggressively. Knows Pete's above him. Up he goes. Oh, misses the combo and actually takes a fair amount of sniper damage. Needs to be careful. He's only down to 40 health. Will die to another shot. Oh, clutches it out, and that wins in the belt. Pete moving in, attempting to get Crytek down before the belt. Actually escapes with his life, which is fortunate for him. And opportunity for this 100 armor. So, surprisingly good by Pete, and he hits so much sniper damage that Crytek goes down. Really well played by him. Just going in enough to put some pressure on, and that wins him the 100 on the other side of the map. And then great damage to finish off. So, Pete's on the board. And now he's hunting Crytek, who's down... Oh, after that 25, won't die to one shot, so... That's good for him, and does some nice exit damage. Pete, though, has got full control of this 100. Oh, it needs to be careful. Nearly goes down to another sniper there with that awkward jump, but makes it out alive. And now it's Crytek who doesn't have the shock rifle, and that makes it so hard to contest belt on this map. Pete knows where he is. Ooh, needs to be careful. That's a huge flak bomb in the air. But the belt is there for Pete. And now Pete needs to stop Crytek getting this 100 armor. Which might not be too big a problem, because Crytek has to go for this health, and big rocket will push him back further. Pete lost so much health there. Didn't even notice. He must have hit a direct flag. Oh! Oh, nearly a second one. Pete putting pressure on. And just, we'll back off for the 100. That's the best play. Oh, careful around that corner. And that pays off. Nearly catches Crytek out the air with the link as well. And Pete knows Crytek needs this health. So he's going in, but needs to be wary of that flak cannon. Oh, just can't quite get the tracking. Bit of high ping play perhaps. But belt's up, and I have a feeling Crytek knows this, and he's all over it. Only down to 15 health. So many low health belt grabs this game, but always the player in position getting on that belt. And Pete takes the 100. He knows exactly when that one spawns. So fairly even on the stacks after those health backs by Crytek. And a fight up top. Pete has the jump on Crytek with that rocket launcher. And the height advantage. Nice rocket up the lift, but combos flying, and Crytek will win that fight. That's a 4-point lead and a huge weapon and armor advantage for him now. Especially after this 100 armor that he has full zoning control over with that shock rifle. Nicely done. Picks off Pete. Knows he was going for the 50. And now Crytek's pretty much guaranteed to get this belt. Simply because Pete has no guns and no armor. Oh, nice sniper. Waited for Crytek to take the belt so that the damage wasn't wasted. But Crytek's going in. He knows he still has a massive advantage, and the shred. See Pete going with the flak cannon, but wasn't there in time to pull the trigger. And now he's hurting because that sniper of the spawn puts him down so low. He has to go for the health. And then he loses the 50 as a result. It is starting to get out of reach, actually. So, especially because Crytek seems to be on a bit of a roll here. We might see a game called fairly soon. The bio is out. Crytek favouring the flat cannon and finishing with the link. I think he's fairly confident he's won this one now. Crytek's probably just going to see if he can hit some nice shots. Looking very confident now. Oh, around the corner. Cheeky with the shock primary. And that gets Crytek another 100. Not that it's necessary at this point. And he will also keep track of that belt. Looking for the cheeky jump shot as well. Oh, misses the jump, but oh, that combo, brutal. And a spawn right next to him. 100 is up, but I have a feeling that it's a bit too late for Pete, even though he might kill Crytek here anyway. Going for the victory, the moral victory with this enforcer kill maybe. Crytek just won't die. There we go. Finishes with the air rocket. Crytek's still keeping track of that belt though. Not taking any chances despite being 12 points up. I'm noticing Crytek hitting a lot more combos this game than he did on Leah, so maybe just warming up his aim in the first game. Also maybe ASDF's just a map where you can hit more sort of moving and sporadic combos. On Leah you kind of have to plan them, but the game is called by Pete. Good sportsmanship to play it out to the end. But fairly dominant by Crytek there. Overall a 1-1 though, so each team will get 1 point. Another 8 still up for grabs in this matchup. That's the other game. Okay, we've got 2 games running simultaneously today. I assume we'll be on Nuke City. Yeah. So we're going to the 2-on-2. I wasn't aware that Killing was playing with Latam. I assumed he was playing with All Stars. I have to say, Matt and Killing on ranking is a scary prospect. Killing a very strong ranking player, as evidenced by previous UTPL seasons. As is Matt, for the same reasons. Both very strong sniper players. Deity is a player with a lot of TDM experience though. So it'll be interesting to see who the second player for DW is. Wait, All Stars rage quit, did they? Oh well. Just quit, did they? Oh, so it is Pete as the second player. hot off the heels of some 1v1, so he'll be warmed up. Alright, players are ready. So another best of 2 here. This is on the New York hub. I don't know if they'll swap over, since Killing is... I don't know where Killing is based, actually. He has good ping, though. But off the bat, let's follow Pete, because he got that all-important shock rifle. Hits Matt once, twice. So Matt's going to be relaying. Which sucks if he dies, because he has that sniper rifle. Oh, there he goes. But Killing's there to pick up the slack. So that kind of just delivered both hit scan weapons into Killing. Although it looks like he wasn't able to get that sniper. And now 100 armor held by Killing. Loads of damage on Pete. Deity actually finishes Pete off, which is unfortunate. Which allows Killing to get the 100, but he's low health. Deity knows this. Predicted Killing to go for the health, but scuffs the flak shots, which is unfortunate. And now... Oh, mate. DW delivering frags into Killing's hands. That's interesting. Matt going in as bait, and then hits a suicidal air rocket. But saves the belt for Killing, who's looking really strong at the start of this game. Sort of solo defending this amp, which is up in 9 seconds. I imagine Matt will come to join him. Killing actually leaving the amp up behind him, which allows Matt to swoop in and take it. So it's a nice team play there. Let's follow Matt. He's only on 10 health. Does go down. Pete picks it up. Also goes down. The curse of the amp. And Killing finally has the amp, but he's only got 13 health, so now he needs to play cautious. So actually, good decision by Pete to go in there. Maybe not there, though. But again, Latam will pick up this belt. And they're 7 points ahead and just 2 minutes in, which is quite significant. And again, some good team play there, just leaving his teammate the 100 armor, because he already had some leftovers from the belt. And Killing is going wild on a rampage. That's 10 in a row already. Has he even died? No, he hasn't. $100 armor does go to DW, and they want to just get out there with as much armor as possible. Get some guns. Looking at the stack on the left, you can see the teams are pretty even, but Killing knows exactly when this amp is up, and Deity just loses all that armor to a combo. Gets the kill, but Matt is there to back Killing up and will take the amp. And belt is on its stand. Oh, Deity! And gets the belt. But goes down. No, belted and amped with a flak and dies to rockets. That's so unfortunate. And now it's killing again with sniper and amp, which is exactly where he wants to be. Calm. Calm sniper shots. Killing showing how familiar he is with this map as well. Just holding the top. Securing that 100 armor, secure the sniper, and then just doing as much damage as you can be bothered to do. It's usually enough. He's getting double team though, but Matt's there to back killing up. Looks like it might be another latam belt as well. Oh! Not if killing blows himself up, it won't. All these dodges, Matrix dodging the rockets, and we'll take out Deity. And then it's onto the amp. Oh, both players down low there for DW, but eventually they take out killing. Let's see if Deity knows his amp is up, or if it will go to latam again. Looks like it will. Matt has been all over this amp, and look at his stack with the sniper as well. Matt famed for his amazing sniper shots, especially on this map actually, so let's see what he can do. Missing a couple. There we go. Down through the rafters. Dropping guns for killing. Gets spawned behind, but I have a feeling he's going to probably take Pete out, but he can't hit the shots. Very unusual for Matt. Finally takes out Pete, but only 2 kills on a very stacked amp run. Not that it seems to matter. Latam are just so far ahead in this game already. Seems like DW just can't get the guns. It's always one of them with an enforcer in these 2v1 fights. And because of that, they're just losing out on the stack. Pretty much always seems to be the case that LATAM players are stacked and DW players are not. Amp is coming up though. And Matt seems to be the one timing amp all game. But oh, did he not see it? Guess I was wrong. The Deity instantly goes down. Pete's got it. Takes him out. This is an opportunity to claw back some points now. Nice spawn kill. Oh, nicely done. And teammate leaving the belt up for him. That's what you like to see. But walks into a huge combo. No. And killing now has the amp. Amp sniper on ranking. Yeah. That's rough if you repeat. At this point I'm not really sure what DW can do. They need to absolutely break the game wide open, and to do that they'll need to just get so many kills and basically get all the armors. I think Pete took that armor and then died instantly, which is useless to DW unfortunately. Look at the difference in damage as well. Killing so much damage. Ahead by over 1,000 compared to the next highest player. And that's despite Matt getting a lot of these amps as well. And what's going to make it really difficult for DW to pull ahead is exactly this. LATAM have such a lead that they can just throw bodies at the amps, and that makes it really, really difficult to get anything out of the amp run. So as long as LATAM can stop DW getting it, 6-7 kill amp runs, they've won the game. Nice weapon drop for a teammate, like to see it. Killing just dancing through the whole battle to swipe that belt. Nicely done. Another headshot onto Pete. Now, the consistency of Killing sniper rifle is impressive. Of course, as I say, that he misses 3 in a row, but just in general. 51.4%. That's not easy in this game. And he's all over the belt as well. He's setting up way early. So early you can just waltz by and take the 50. Oh. We'll survive and get the belt, of course. Not even the bio can save DW now, it seems. Killing has 38 kills. He just won't die either. There we go, goes down. And finally looks like DW might get a belt. Pete's sitting on it. But at the moment it is pretty much sealed. So, not much of a prize, I'm afraid. Bit of team damage. Well, Killing has himself the amp again, so I'm going to switch back over to him. Seems like half the game we've spent on Killing. He's just the damage... Jesus. The damage dealer. Oh, the lock-on rocket. Killing again takes the belt. How many belts does he had? 6. That'll do it. We'll get double teamed and go down. Belt not enough to save him. See what Matt's up to. He's just lost the top. But doing some exit damage, always helpful. And it seems like Matt and Killing are even going for this 50 armor, which wasn't something that I saw much last season, but it seems that players have gotten used to this version of the map with a 50 in it, and now people are conscious of that. Again, Killing ends up with the amp, instantly dies though. The deity's really low. So, oh no, can't get to the health packs. Killing has the amp and a sniper. How's he managed that? Oh, can't hit the shot under pressure from the minigun. 4 in a row. That'll lower that 51% a bit. But again, both players on LATAM are stacked. Seems they've just had so much armor all game that it's been hard for DW to do anything. Killing missing some rockets now that chat's aware of his secret. Well, that's not going to stop him putting that belt on. Just diving into amped black without a care in the world. Fully expecting that DW are not, in fact, going to get 38 kills in 38 seconds. One final belt. Oh, this is actually for Matt, as we've been watching. Even I'm losing track of this game. There we go. It's finally over. The brutality has ended. So much damage for killing. 707 belts. 121 amp time. Best weapon link gun. Alright. I think that tracks kills rather than damage, because he definitely did most damage with sniper or something. Oh, they're rubbing it in. Rubbing it in. Seems like Pete will be swapped out. Oh no, he's back in. Maybe just thought that the server was changing, but I have a feeling it will be staying the same, just based on the pings I'm seeing.
Hail to the king, baby.
Cannon is a map that I think Deity has shown he can be quite good on in previous seasons. I remember when crowd control was active with all the German players, he was involved in a couple Cannon games. I don't know how comfortable LATAM players will be on it, but given the one-sidedness of last game, I think they'll be alright. Might not be as dominant as last game, but if I had to guess, I'd say that LATAM are the favourites for this map as well. Players are ready. Here we go, map 2. Opportunity to tie up the 2v2 and the series so far. Or LATAM will go into the lead 3-1. Deity spawns on that sniper, 2 quick shots. There we go. Killing's already died more times than he did in the first 3 minutes of last game. So good start for DW. And good sniping by Deity here. Lots of damage early on. Really helpful for getting that first 100 armor. And Killing's just sort of sitting on that shock rifle. Punished by Deity, and actually took the shock before he died, which means Matt isn't there to pick it up. Oh, Deity needs his kill, otherwise Matt gets the 100. Oh, wow. That was killing the Stry Rockets from across the map that got him. So, despite all the damage, Deity actually didn't get the 100, and huge rockets from Killing. Very nicely done. As with last game, LATAM are set up on the belt really early. And just pick it up immediately. And they know that DW will be over by this 100. Killing with the boots means he can get there really quickly and punish. Put some pressure on. Ooh. He's getting double teamed though, needs to be careful. Oh, it's outrageous that shot. Down to 1 health. If he... No, he goes down, which means Amp is anybody's. That sounds like Deity. Oh no, he's knocked himself off. Tragic. Amp is still up. Matt picks it up. So that's a bit of a nightmare if you're DW, because that was an opportunity to go ahead, or at least try and make up the small difference that's already there, but that difference is being expanded as we speak with Matt's link gun. And Belt is up on its stand. Killing gets that instantly. Stacked and amped are latam. It's looking a lot like last game. And they're here to punish the 100 armor grab. Pete missing some flak, which is crucial. And Killing kills him with the tri-rockets. Players all in this corner of the map. Despite many of them going down. Going for a swim there is Matt. And the Belt's up. No, 100 armor's up soon. And Deity's aware of this, but he's only got 10 health. Or nearly goes down to a sniper there. And does in fact go down, so that 100 armor, not a great deal of help. And I feel like this Belt will go to Latam. Yeah, it goes to Matt. And he's got a shock rifle, he's in position for the amp as well, so again, just rotation on the items is so well done by Latam. And a bit of a pincer movement there. Pete failing to hit with the flat cannon once again. Nice and calm. I'm noticing that when Latam have stack, they go and sit around that amp area and just hit sniper. And that's really brutal. Because when you're out of control on this map, there's not really many places to go other than the 100 armor. Although Matt's just been rinsed completely by link gun from both sides, I think. Which means that Repeat can get the Belt, but it's instantly gone. I didn't even see the writing on the HUD. Does give him just enough to get Killing dead, but they're not able to build any stack. I mean, Deity just got the 100 and it's already gone. Yep. Oh, there goes Killing. Not able to avoid the monster. Amps up on its stand. Somehow Killing's managed to get it again. So much damage from that amped black cannon, which will just win the Belt. And look at the stacks again. Stacked and amped are Latam. They just always have armor and always have the amp. And look, they've even got the 100, and Killing's just going to leave it for Matt because he doesn't need any more. And it just feels like DW can't make a dent in this stack. And once again, we've got Killing just sitting here, taking pot shots, doing the damage. Letting Matt tank for him while he planks away from afar. And then circles back to the 100 armor and we'll just take that from under Deity's nose. This is really clinical from Latam, actually. And there we go, over towards the Belt. Knows when it's up. Finishes off Deity, takes the Belt. And then Matt there to finish off Repeat. Amps up next. I imagine we'll see Matt going for that after this 100 armor. He's getting double teamed, but he has so much stack. Actually does go down. So, bit of a change of events. And Repeat now with the flat cannon doing well. The amp's up. Pete knows it. Oh, he misses the jump. Big damage with the flak and a shred onto Matt. Deity's got the amp, but he's 4 HP and he's calling that to his teammate. Pete knows he needs to get over there. Oh, now Killing's got his hands on the amp again. Pete unable to hit anything with Enforcer. It's all gone wrong. They had a decent little chance there to start reversing the control with an amp run, but it's all slipped through their fingers. And the belt is coming up. Deity will get this. Yep, he does get it, but instantly loses health. And even more, so that belt is all but gone. They are double teaming Killing though. Who's hitting so much sniper? Not enough though. And at this point, we're halfway through the game. It's a 20-point lead. Definitely doable if you're DW. But the problem is if latam just make the game really scrappy and trade frags, they're going to win. So you have to really, break the game open if you're if you're DW. Which requires amps. And at the moment, they're not getting the amps. And looks like we're about to see another stacked amp run. Killing, pushing in for the belt. Oh, belt stolen by Matt. That's outrageous with the jump boots. And now Matt's going towards the amp. Somebody just got pinged into the atmosphere. There we go. Stacked amp run it is. What did I say? That just needs to hit a couple of shots. Nice and easy. Say that. Can't hit people. There we go. Pulls out the link gun. Sometimes the old ways are the best. It doesn't matter. He took so much more damage than he dealt there. But because he was so stacked, it just doesn't matter. And having the amp, just having it, means the DW can't make a comeback. Belt's coming up. Killing is set up, so it seems like latam are starting to get, because I feel like they lost time on belt for a bit there, but they're starting to get it back, which is not good news for DW. Killing's going to defend this 100 as well. Oh, bounced into the air. Deity has a chance to knock him off the map here as well. Oh, not to be. Nice clean combo by Killing. Lost a lot of health, but at this point it doesn't matter because of the lead. Delivering that Enforcer into Killing's hands is reaping. Again, an early setup for the belt. Led by Killing and just defending with the rockets. Amps up on its stand. Are we going to see another super stacked amp run from latam? Oh, Pete's just dropped the amp and Killing's going for it. Oh, eats a load of damage. And goes down. So that means Pete will probably get it. But he needs to hit shots. Oh no. Oh, he's scuffing it. No. Pete. And he has to back away, because if he goes down there, then he just drops the amp. Yeah, not much of a run there, unfortunately. And I feel like not only are latam out-timing or out-positioning their opponents, they get into this belt super early, as you can see, but they're just out-aiming as well, and that's so brutal to be up against that, because it feels like you're suffocating in the map. I hear impact hammer. Won't be enough. See Matt and Killing still playing full hardcore mode, dropping weapons for each other. It will be Matt to pick up this amp. Stacked as ever. Almost a 3-1 scoreline. Matt nearly there to deny the belt, but just misses it. Instead, gonna have to contend with just deleting it off repeat. Matt on a bit of a roll here as well now with the shock rifle. Is that 4 in a row? I think so. And he knows his 100's up soon. There we go. And then it's onto the belt. Making sure he's full of ammo as well before he goes in, always good. Can be easy to lose track of your ammo in TDM, especially if you're picking up guns from dead bodies. Belt is up. Killing actually going down on the belt, so Matt's going to have to defend from below. And we'll knock the belt pretty much all off Pete with that combo. And great exit damage as well. Deity not able to defend himself with the Enforcer. And Killing goes into the stratosphere. Misses the stalactite that you can dodge off to get back onto the map. And that's another amp dead, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. Killing's going to use his one boot charge to defend the belt. Nearly would have been heroic, but not to be. The last belt will go to DW, although they only got 5 in total. And that difference in the amp time is so brutal, and you can see that in the damage. Oh, the huge link damage from Beat here. Actually manages to not get a kill from that, which is kind of disturbing. And both teams just playing out the last 10 seconds of the game. It is well and truly decided. But again, some nice sportsmanship from the players. And the game is called. So 2 points in the 2v2s will go to LATAM. And since they got 1 in the duel, that makes the points 3-1 to LATAM at the moment. So going strong so far. Matt with exactly 5,000 damage and 120 seconds of amp time. So we will either move on to the domination or the 4v4. Looks like it's the 4v4. A couple of DW players already in the hub. Nice to see players being prepared. Seems like we're seeing more of Killing and more of Matt, so that's already a strong side for LATAM. I think honestly with this lineup, Latam have a really strong chance this season of going far. I think Matt and Killing in a TDM squad is actually really, really brutal. And then add in a couple more of the Latam players like Crytek, who have really great consistent aim. And you've got a pretty mean team there. Hoping to see players running up pretty soon. And will be Chris and Crytek joining Matt and Killing for the 4v4. DW being Rain, Alpha, Skander, and Shox. All pretty experienced players. I think we're on the New York City hub, so things will be fairly even. Bit better for the EU players. And Nitro is one of those maps where there's a lot of combat constantly. Absolute chaos in the 100 armor room. And we've been put on to Killing again. Let's watch someone else. We've seen a lot of Killing today. Let's go on to Scandalous. He's spamming bio rifle at Matt. I'm getting hits actually. There we go. Matt walks into the goo. Scander gets a shock, but he's not hitting. And that's the first 100 armor going to Crytek, who's dead already? I think Matt got the 50, so let's follow him. And finally that 100 armor room quietens down. Oh, very nice by Matt. And that wins him a sniper rifle. Matt, forever hitting with the flat cannon. Belt is up soon. Matt's in position for it. Looks like Killing is already sitting on it though, so more teamwork from Matt and Killing. The deadly duo of Latam. Shock's already getting reamed out, as it were. It's seeming pretty hectic in this first minute and a half. Amp's up soon, as is the keg. So let's see who is in position. Looks like 2 players for DW, which allows Rain to just moonwalk onto the amp. Hits a headshot onto Crytek. Oh, big damage onto him though. And Killing's pushing up. Killing's just got himself a flat cannon. This could be bad if you're Rain. And it will be. And then Matt, stacked with the amp. Killing tanked a bio shot for Matt there. Get down, Mr. President. But somehow Killing's ended up with the amp. Oh, and dodges around the corner onto the belt. He's a power-up magnet. But it looks like the keg was taken at exactly the same time as the amp. So they will be synchronized again. And it's big fighting in this belt room. But DW just don't have the guns to fight there. So they'll lose out on those fights. And that allows Latam to kind of push out and aggress on these smaller armors, which is really rough to play against. See, the 50's up now. And Killing is just picking people off. Killing all goes down, so Rain will get another ramp. And instantly goes down. Looks like the keg went to Alpha or someone. But the amp's gone to Matt, who's got a stack behind him and is being dropped a sniper by his teammate. I like to see that. And he leaves that 50 because he's got the belt. But nobody's presenting themselves to this sniper rifle. There we go, Skander's in the spotlight, but dodges behind the pillar. So no kills on the amp, but so much armor for Latam that doesn't really matter. Matt's going down here. Oh, somehow gets that. I think Crytek killed him from behind there. Whoops. Let's actually switch over to Crytek because he has that 100 armor and a shock rifle. Nicely done. Just spamming those health vials. Takes out Scandalous. Scandalous here again, actually. Manages to survive that, and now Crytek's walking into 2 enemies at once. That's possibly a mistake. Down to 8 health. Just survives for those health packs, which is convenient. But Alpha got that 100 armor. Doesn't have much in the way of guns. Goes for the bio, but misses. And now Killing's got him pinned in the corner, and there goes that armor. And meanwhile, Matt's got the belt. Amp and Keg, again, coming up at the same time. And who's going to get it? We'll be Killing and Matt, the dream team. All over that power-up. And Killing's actually being hurt here. Keg wasn't up for him. Got taken at the same time as Amp, pretty much. And so he's having to back away. Amp goes down and goes to Rain. He's got double Enforcer. I need to stop just switching to the Amp because they're instantly dying. Back in the hands of Latam. And the lead that Latam have is pretty much 2-1. Never a position you want to be in this early in a game. Because it is a bit of a slog trying to break a lead like that. But still early days. Seems like Scandalous is in charge of playing this 100 armor room. Seen him there a couple times. Although having to back away, just doesn't have the weaponry. He's sneak attacking Matt and Killing, but can't really contest that either. And this is the problem when you've just got no guns and no armor, is that you can't go anywhere and do anything because you'll just die. So you need to be sneaky. Trying to get some of these amps. Oops. Amp is up. Goes to Crytek. The Keg went to Scandalous, but I know which one I'd rather have. So actually a bit of stack on DW, so if they can survive this amp run, they'll be alright. But it looks like that's not going to happen. Both of the high stack players on DW going down. And Killing has again ended up with the amp. Belt is the next item to play for. And my camera's gone very slow. There we go. And instantly you see that the room is just cleared by Latam. No blue players in sight. Belt pretty much for free. Goes to Matt. And it does definitely seem like it's Matt and Killing getting all these major items. And they are the damage dealers after all, so generally a good idea to give them the defensive items. We'll be in another amp keg situation. Oh. Crytek getting the amp. Alpha getting the keg. Oh, Crytek's pretty low. Oh, there goes most of that keg from Alpha. Crytek just scoping throughout the whole map there. Nice. And again. Nice sort of patient amp run by Crytek. Oh, both players knocking each other over off that belt. Ah. Double fail on the belt jump. Triple fail. Or is that quadruple because the two failed at once at the start? Not going to matter though. Skander a bit late to the party. And this is a brutal, brutal lead. Seems like all of LATAM are just at the top, sniping DW. See Matt sticking with what's working, hitting one sniper shot and then just switching to the link gun. But looks like Rain will have him here. Oh, that was Crytek, sorry. Bit late to this amp and oh, flak fight. Crytek somehow wins that on 3 health. Takes the amp. Needs to play it patiently though. I'm actually going to switch over to Shocks because he's got the keg and the 50 and he's aggressing on this belt, doing a lot of damage. But doesn't want to push into that minigun. Instead going to go hunt down some spawners, which is what you need to do if you want to break a lead. But just can't hit the flak, and Killing is dodging everything. And Shocks all alone will eventually go down to players with spawn health. It definitely feels like the communication on LATAM is just a notch above. They seem to be clearing rooms more effectively, setting up on the items. Will be the belt coming up. Matt in position early as per usual. And with backup also as per usual, and that's really helping LATAM. They just don't seem to be getting caught out like DW are. Will be belt and keg coming up soon. Shocks is already on that keg, so actually interestingly DW have just had the keg the whole game pretty much. There we go, Killing gets the amp. Down to 21 health. Getting the health packs left for him by his team. Oh, he nearly goes down. Scandalous didn't see him land next to him, but eventually Killing goes down, although his teammate picks up the amp. And really, this is maybe the most brutal Nitro game I've ever seen. Over 2-1 score differential. And the damage difference, 5,000 more damage for LATAM. 10-1 belts. This is rough. And I mean, Nitro's a map where damage is everything. It's so open that you just need to be able to shoot people. Obviously setting up for those armors and amps is important as well, but generally you can clear those rooms by just having 3 or 4 people all with good aim. Crytek setting up early for the amp. He heard the keg get taken, but whoever took it is already dead. So this iron grip on the amp continues, and he's going to use it to just defend this upper area, which allows his teammate to get the belt. Look how stacked red team are, and Crytek can just sit in the middle of the map and shoot spawn players. Just no contest when Crytek has the amp, apparently. Oh, hitting his teammate. Actually missing a few, but it doesn't matter because he's so stacked, and he's just doing a route around these health packs. I'm going to switch over to Skander. He's got a bit of health going. And a shock rifle. Missing the jump up to this 100 though. There we go. Finally executes Crytek, who was on a roll. And now Scandalous knows the 100's up. Oh, he doesn't even get it. It's so rough. Ah, Crytek got it. Man. And he's been dropped a sniper as well, which is always nice. Oh. Back with his favourite health packs. And executing Alpha. Amp is up. Killing's just defending it, so he knows he can't really go for it, but he's got teammates there. Chris actually dropping the amp for his teammate. Seems like Crytek is telling his team that he's on fire, so fair enough. Going for those highlight frags. And one last belt for killing with 5 seconds left. That was a stomp for Latam. 20,000 damage to 13,500. Again, killing max damage. But even the lowest damage player on Latam was over, well, almost 1,000 higher. Oh no, only 300 higher. Shocks had 3,700, but still, that is just so one-sided. And I think it just comes down to the map, really. Really suiting the high aim players on the Latam side. Although we are moving to Miami, which ping-wise is going to be even worse for the EU players, so things are not looking great for them. And we'll be seeing Sid Castle, which I do like a lot, actually. Alright, players are ready. Well, they appear to be anyway. Yep, here we go. So. Oh, I can't open the. There we go. So it looks like Fabo has replaced Chris Power on the LATAM side. Killing will stay for LATAM. And Alpha's already in this sniper area, which is generally a pretty strong place to hold. And ambushes Fabo, defending the sniper. He's super low though, and Matt's just going to push up. Oh, Alpha misses the combo. Oh, I got auto switched. Alpha seemingly won that and goes down to Link Gun. So the first 100 goes to Fabo after all that. Although Rain got the 50 on the other side of the map. So the next item to play for will be the belt. But generally on this map you don't see big sort of team size setups for their power-ups. There's just not enough space around them. So you'll generally see someone sort of go and sneak for it. Generally teams would rather set up for the 100 armor. Looks like somebody got the belt. Don't know, was it Matt? Can't tell. Amp is coming up soon, so no team pulled ahead in the first sort of minute and a half. Generally what you'd expect. Though. Oh, scandalous! That was indeed scandalous. Throws a bio blob onto the amp, and the opponent drops down and instantly dies on it, but unfortunately there were just too many players on LATAM all around the amp that it didn't end up mattering. But it is a 12-12 game. And belt is going to Fabo, so huge stacks on the side of LATAM. Only killing isn't stacked. And Alpha just got deleted the second he picked up that 100 armor. So can't really get any armor going on the DW side, unfortunately. Matt missing the lift jump, but I think both times it ended up helping him. Oh, Scandalous has got to be fuming after that. Getting spawn killed twice in a row. And looks like Amp and Belt are synchronized. So I'm going to switch over to the Amp. Being the more important of the two items, generally teams will set up a bit, sort of build a crossfire up here for the Amp. Although it wasn't necessary. It looked like DW were all on the other side getting the belt. And now killing, he's already knocked that belt off Rain. And 2 quick shots will completely kill the belt player. So definitely Amp was the one to go for. Although killing, risk of getting triple teamed here. Does get Scandalous. And Shocks picks up that Amp. Oh, instantly goes down to killing some force, so that's rough. But it's real scrappy at the top here. Killing down to 20 health. Actually manages to kill Alpha there, despite the massive weapon disadvantage. And he might sneak away 100. No, Crytek team kills him. Well, that 100 armor has gone to Crytek, I believe. Oh, nearly stepping in the goo. Let's go to the belt. Rain is sitting on it. Rain's gotten quite a few belts, I think. 2. Last couple. But with no guns, it's going to be hard for him to do anything. Really, DW want to be using this belt, and maybe the 100 armor if they could get it, to secure this amp. But they're not really in position to do that. This corner of the map that Rain's in isn't really super useful. It's only got access to the 50 and the belt. Amp's been up this whole time. I've only just realised, and Rain able to get it. So ignore what I said. And it's a shaft battle, but Killing's also stacked, and Rain goes down. Killing left on 1 health. He's still killing people. He's just killed an Amp carrier on 1 health again. How does Killing always just end up with the Amp? He's like Wolf, but he refuses to pick it up off the spawn, just off dead players. Maybe it's some honor code where you have to take the Amp from someone by force. Got 3 latam players on that 100 armor. That's what I like to see. Bit of teamwork. Although Fabo just got rinsed. So never mind. And now all players got no armor. And again, it's a belt amp synchronization situation. Looks like latam is sort of secretly setting up for it. Matt gets the 100. He knows that amp's coming up. He's got the boots. He's going straight back up the second he gets it. Oh, no. Decides against it. Maybe doesn't have enough team support. Oh, no. Misses the jump. Bit indecisive by Matt. And that's actually lost them the 100 armor, I think. Oh, and Skander just rinses Matt. And Killing goes down as well. So actually, DW keeping it within the same area code, as it were, unlike last game. Scandalous has a thing for the bio rifle. Belt and 100 armor are up on their stands, as of now. And Rain gets the belt again. He's been all over it, but just dies. That's so unfortunate. And then look at all the armor that Latam just picked up. Killing's got himself that 100. And again, 10 seconds till amp, and it looks like Latam are in position. Killing's got to watch his back though. No, that's a teammate, never mind. And they know when the amp's up, pretty much to the second, which is always good. And Crytek will take it. Let's switch over to him as he dies immediately. Amp will be picked up by Alpha, who's got 3 players on him. Dies to a rocket. And again, Killing ends up with the amp, despite not picking it up himself. He's sitting on that belt as well. I don't think anyone knows he's up here. Well, now they do. Rain got a nasty surprise as he went for his minutely belt grab and saw amped up Killing there. Well, 100's up on its stand as well. I think Matt just picked that up. Nope, still up. Yeah, Matt will take it. Oh no, he's holding it for his teammate. I think Crytek will now become the 4th member on Latam to have armor. Which is not something you see very often in a 4v4 game, but it's testament to how well Latam are controlling the map. Even if they're not keeping the scoreline as far ahead as they were on Nitro, it's, I think, better in the control sense. Not giving away a keg every time. Bit of a wipe though. Only Crytek left with armor. Although he's sitting on that belt. He actually takes it, which was the right move because Scandalous was about to backstab him. And now the amp goes to Fabo, who we haven't seen much of this game. Oh, it just eats a direct rocket and then a second rocket, which puts him down on 5. Just needs to run to a teammate and ensure that amp doesn't fall into enemy hands. Although he's actually kind of safe up here. Just needs to hit some nice sniper shots. Although at this point, just denying the amp from DW is enough. So yeah, not the most glamorous of amp runs, but useful nonetheless. If you can keep the amp out of enemy hands, then that's half the job done. I'm going to switch over to Alpha. We haven't seen much of him this game. And he is the highest scoring player on DW. Unfortunately, that sniper rifle was taken by his teammate who immediately died, which means... Oh, and then Alpha also dies. So that top sniper area is still being hotly contested. Matt is all over it. As per usual, Matt, 500 armors, pretty strong for a 4v4 game. And gifted the amp by his teammate, very generous of killing, knowing that Matt has the stack and the sniper aim. And he's heading towards all 4 DW players. Jesus, Matt. Oh, wow. He's going ham. Shots. Oh, is that Alpha he's chasing? Very low. Oh, Matt needs to be careful. Doesn't want to get impact hammered. That does a lot of damage, but plays nice and patient. You hit enough amp sniper for 1 amp run anyway. Oh, that spawn by Rain is rough. Although he might actually get the kill. He does. So Matt's spree comes to an end, but not before he knocks some heads off with the sniper rifle. And he's instantly back on the 100. Nearly dies. Oh, Rain's on him again. And Rain actually picked up that sniper, which is a bit awkward for Matt. Had a chance to deny it, but never mind. Got the 100. These enforcer fights. It is just so inaccurate. Crytek is on the belt. And then Amp is on its way up. Seems like maybe people have lost track of the belt a bit, the amp a bit. Crytek dodges for it, but took a load of damage beforehand, which means this amp run might not be quite as strong as it could have. Not seeing any blue players to click. So he's going to have to go looking. They seem to be just completely avoiding him quite effectively. Yeah, sadly getting nothing out of that amp run, but look at the score difference. Not quite 2-1 like it was on Nitro, but pretty close. And Scandalous, oh no, doesn't get the belt. And then just armor everywhere for Latam. One v 3 with the link gun. And Scanner goes down. Only a minute and a half left. Probably not enough time to get 60 kills. And Matt, timing the amp to the second. Usually the amp goes a bit missing in the last sort of 5 minutes of the game, but Matt's keeping track of that. And he's just actually going to go down there, giving shocks the amp, who gets himself 100. Nice shot there. But only 3 seconds of amp time left, so not going to get a great deal out of that. Let's have a look at some of the stats in the last 30 seconds. Again, a big damage difference. Not quite as huge as on Nitro. Pretty much the same damage as last game for DW, but a good 3k less for LATAM, although still massive score advantage. And still a big difference in the damage, still over 4k. And amp time as well, 210 seconds for LATAM. There we go. GG's are called. Another 2 points go to LATAM. I think that makes it 5-1. So at this point they have comfortably taken the series, but there are still 2 more points to play for in the domination match. Will be interesting to see. I know LATAM have been practicing Dom. They were... A lot of those players were helping playtest for the... during the organisation stages of the league when we were trying out if domination was viable. So they should be familiar with the maps. I don't know how much DW have played, although they were playing Dom last week, so they will be familiar with the maps, for sure. But given how well LATAM have been doing in these team modes, I'd be shocked to see DW dominate the domination, that's for sure.
Hail to the king, baby.
Oh, I've joined the wrong game. There we go. This game. That was the other UTPL matchup that's happening at the moment.
Hail to the king, baby.
Looks like we'll see Matt killing it again, maxing out that 3 game mode limit. You might also see Crytek again, who's been playing well all day. Yep, Crytek is in the game. That is a brutally strong side for the LATAM side. I did think about putting a Dom point there, Refate, but there was a health point there already. hoping the players will ready up soon enough. Alright, here we go. The last matchup between these two teams in the group stage, or the league stage. 2 more points up for grabs. First map is Chill. And a bit of a fight around the middle at first. Matt is running away. And beats Rain to that domination point. Crytek defending that nicely as well. Now that 100 armor is up on its stand. Alpha hammer jumping for it, deciding he wants to get there quickly. And it's going to move in. Well, actually no, loops back around to defend this point. Seems Alpha is assigned to this point. Although he has to back off. Matt pushes him back. Belt is up soon. Killing jumping for it. He's got the boots. Oh, Alpha unable to ping him into the air. Let's switch over to killing. And Matt got the 100 as well. Classic Matt killing stacked duo. Killing actually losing that fight to Shocks, which will lose him the point. And of course in Domination, the kills don't matter. It's those points that do. Having said that... Oh! Brutal. Having said that, killing players is also useful. Which... So players should still be all over the power-ups, all over the armors. Matt making the most out of that amp. Looks like all of DW players are just in the same place, which is a big no-no in Domination, because that essentially forfeits 2 of the 3 points. And interestingly, latam deciding to slaughter them. This is always a bloodbath at this point, because the flak spawns right next to it. Chill in general is quite an open map, of course, so you can get to the points pretty quickly. It makes it hard to hold them for any length of time. So probably more frag heavy this map, although not much playtime put into Dom in general, so that will probably evolve throughout the league, and we'll get to see which maps play to which strengths. But at the moment, looks like latam are crushing it, I believe is the expression, with again pretty much 2 times lead. Matt all over Bravo point. Knocking Rain's head off without even seeing him. And circling around, picking up that shock rifle. Of course, all important gun for the UT series. Rain actually beating Matt to the point, although goes down himself. And the mercy limit is 200 on domination, so if any team reaches 200, the game ends. Shock's refusing to step off the point, but Matt just executes him. A couple of seconds on a point isn't much. So if you can consistently beat someone off the point when they've just spawned and jumped off it, then you're going to rack up a lot of points quickly. Oh, big combo by Matt. I'm going to switch over to killing. He seems to have a lot of armor all the time. I'm interested to see, actually. Yeah, so the LATAM players seem to be focusing on 1 point each, which seems to be the standard sort of approach for domination teams so far in the league. Although every now and then you see a player just sort of roaming around. I mean, Killing's doing it now with the sniper rifle, but he's staying close to home, making sure no one comes and swipes that point from him. But you see, he's moved away to get this point, and then meanwhile Shox has backstabbed him and got the point that he was originally defending. I'm going to change over to Alpha, who's got himself the 100 and actually KO'd Killing there. I think Alpha's on this point. I think that's his responsibility. Which is a point you can kind of push out in middle. It's not like this flak point. If you can push out of the middle and just deal some damage to the center of the map, then that makes you doubly useful. But again, moving away from that point has allowed Crytek to take it. And that's... yeah, that's a while that point's been red. And Bell goes to Crytek as well, which is super helpful if you're trying to defend the point consistently. And that's exactly what will happen. Amp is up. Matt has the point to himself, so he's just going to take that amp. Swing by the shock. And now he's pretty stacked. He's in a 2v1 situation here. Doesn't want to go down though, because that will give away a lot of resources. Does go down, and Alpha now has the amp. Oh, headbutts a shot combo. That's so unfortunate. Amp going to Crytek. Also dying. So this is a cursed amp, it seems. Never mind. Let's switch over to Matt. He's just got the 100. Dived into the middle to click some people with the shock primary, but cannot finish off Rain. Oh man. Rain down to 5 health. But we'll defend the point. So, points-wise, a bit better by DW in the last sort of 5 minutes, but only 40-odd points to go before that 200-point limit is hit. So they need to start dominating the points. Oh, nice by Matt. Every time you kill someone twice in a row, it's another 3 or 4 seconds you hold that point, pretty much. And Matt knows exactly when this amp spawns. And there's Rain. Going down. See, another 3 or 4 seconds that point is held. So even though DW are contesting the other 2 points well, that whole time they weren't really getting anything out of this one. And LATAM are getting disturbingly close to that mercy limit. Latam actually have all 3 points, and yet they don't seem to be defending them. And a 2v1 will take out Matt, but then that leaves the other 2 points open. Oh, nice air rocket by Matt. I think this game is all but over. 195 to 133. Interestingly, killing, getting a lot of points on the alpha point as well. So killing roaming a bit. That probably fits his playstyle, being a bit aggressive, using that aim. But comfortable win there by Latam, which wins them another point. So we're at 8 to 1. Opportunity for one more point in this matchup, which I believe will be on the Miami hub.
Hail to the king, baby.
Seems like they are going to play here. Rain clearly not having played Dom much. Which makes me concerned for, for DW's chances to pick up any more points this series. Although it looks like Latam have swapped out Crytek for Fabo. Get Fabo some more game time. Alright, final game of the night is underway. Last chance for DW to pick up more than 1 point. I've been auto switched. Ended up on killing us per usual. Actually switch over to Shots. Haven't seen much of him these past couple of games. Seems he will be in charge of this point in the shop room. Oh, Killing getting a good spawn there. But Rain got the 100 and instantly loses all his health at the belt. Going in with the impact hammer. Fabo probably going to take the belt. Yeah. Oh, he's actually holding it for his teammate. Just using the remainder of his armor before he picks up the belt. Nice and smart. And Matt also got the 100. So looking pretty stacked is red team. Amp, although taken by rain, was stolen. So Fabo's now got that big link damage. And that's a lot of damage as well. Just filling the corridor with plasma. Fabo seems to be on a bit of a roaming duty, going between the belt and this point at the link gun. Will be that belt spawning. Rain's already on it. He knows it's up. Oh, goes down the second it spawns. Goes to Matt instead, and Fabo picks up 100. Latam have just been all over the items all game. All day. And they're already starting to pull ahead. They're up by 20. And it's only a couple minutes in. Matt not letting Rain escape. And we'll switch over to Alpha, see what he's up to. Just spamming flak balls. Seems like this lower point is the one that DW are contesting the best. The problem is if you assign 2 people to the same point, then you give up the other 2, or at least one of them. Now all 3 DW players are down the bottom, and that's conceded the amp, and the 100 armor, and the belt. That's rough. So now Fabo can just roam. Keep people off the points. The points in this map are fairly far away from the spawns, so you can kind of defend them from a distance. You don't need to sit on them. Especially if you have an amp sniper in the middle of the map. But looking at the stats, pretty even point distribution between Matt and Fabo. They're kind of swapping over these 2 points, which is interesting. Seems like Killing's got his own point, and then the other 2 points are being played like a 2v2, which is kind of cool. We'll actually switch over to Killing because he's got that 100 armor. He's dropped down to the bottom to help. And covers Matt while he picks up the shield belt. So almost a, well, not quite a 2-to-1 points wise, but approaching that. So DW gotta look out. Killing's just sitting here in the middle of the map and taking so much damage. As soon as I say that, he misses every shock primary and dies to link spam. So I should just shut up, really. Amp, of course, going to Latam. Seems like they've just got such a grip on the items. Stolen by Alpha, but he's low health. And only hitting a single link primary there. That's rough. Bell want to rain actually, so let's switch over to him. He's defending the lower point. And Killing's just walked at him and done so much damage. Matt actually going to hammer jump up to the top to try and steal that point away from Rain. It's a funny little move there, but misses the jump. Oh, Matt trying it again. And surely going to go down here. No. Takes out Rain. Matt's only on 5 health. And it's a synchronization of the belt and the amp. So a chance for DW to get either. Although this lower point is hotly contested. 2 players for LATAM. That means the belt will go to Matt. Amp is up. Alpha's seen it, but gets his head blown off. Killing's seen it. Uh-oh, it's all over now. Unless Rain can... No, he just can't. Killing... He's weak, though, so needs to watch out. He wants those health packs, but he's going to take the long route. Oh, Shock's predicting him. Probably heard those vials as he went up, and now Shox has the amp. He's going for the 100. Takes Fabo out along the way. Didn't get a great deal out of that amp, but he did take the point away on the other side of the map. Bit of lag there. And Killing finishes him off with the link gun. He committed a lot. Shox committed a lot of time there to walk across the map, so debatable if it was really worth it. And now we're in a similar position to last game. It's about a 50-point difference, but LATAM less than 50 away from the 200-point limit. Nice defense by Matt there. Seems like Amp was picked up on the other side of the map. It's been dropped by Killing and gotten into the hands of Alpha. Killing goes down a second time. And now Alpha just wants to get to this point, but he can't. Oh, pushing through seemingly the whole team of LATAM there to try and stop him. Nice work by Alpha, but just can't get the last kill onto Matt. And then Matt picked up the belt and the amp as well. That is rough. Nice combo. Matt seeming super comfortable around this lower point. But again, we see him moving up to the other point by the link gun. Although the points distribution looking a bit more even for both teams now. Maybe the structure's breaking down a bit in the last few minutes of the game. But seems like unless something spectacular happens, this will go to LATAM. Matt again with the iron defense, belted at the belt point. Amp is up. Let's see who's going for it. Seemingly no one knows it's up. Don't think it's going to matter. It's 198 to 148. Oh, one more point. There we go. LATAM take the game with a comfortable 52-point lead. And that is the series concluded. Will be 9-1 in points. Repeat with the only point for the DW side in the duels. That was the first game, I think. So, reverse swept. So, well played by LATAM. Honestly, really, really strong in all the team modes. Just great timing and really strong aim on Matt and Killing. So, a team to look out for, I think. Definitely a chance to go very far in the tournament. I'm looking forward to seeing them play the big boys like SAS. So, yeah. Good games. That's me done for this evening. I will, of course, be back next week. If you watch this matchup and not the parallel matchup, then I believe that will be available on the UTPL YouTube channel. Hopefully, if everything goes to plan. Otherwise, never mind. We'll make sure the playoffs are recorded. But yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you all next week, hopefully, for some more Unreal Tournament 4 action. See ya.